despite the huge boom in SUV sales in recent years, it's actually the small car that still takes the lion's share of the market. Suzuki are quite pleased about this because they thrive on their small cars, and this is the latest addition to their family, the all-new Ignis. Ignis actually means ignition, so let's see what there is to get fired up about. The first thing you'll notice about the Ignis is the rather funky styling this package has. This tiny little car has more attitude than many cars, many times its size. Everything from the wider wheel arches that protrude from the body at the rear, to the WizKid inspired slashes along the back, it's all very head-turning. At the front you've got this very wide grille and great big round eyes. It gives it a real character whenever you first glance upon it. And in this fiery orange paint scheme of our test car here, it's been turning a lot of heads, it has to be said. It's clear for all to see that proportionally it's quite small, but inside it certainly doesn't feel it. The cabin seats 4, but it's a spacious cabin. Lots of glass amplifies that sense of space, and you don't feel like you're sat on top of people here. The simplistic two-tone scheme of the interior creates an airy feel, but then the flashes of orange on the doors remind you that you're not in any old city car. Our mid-spec test car gets this touchscreen infotainment display with satellite navigation, DAB radio coming as standard across the range, and also all your phone connectivity. Whilst the seats might not be race car inspired, highly bolstered affairs, they are comfortable. There's certainly some SUV inspiration in here, as you can tell by the slightly raised ride height. There are a few scratchy plastics about, but more importantly the interior feels like it's been put together very well. And while some of the surfaces are a bit rough, they're sort of wipe clean and durable and, dare I say it, toddler proof. Rear occupants are treated to plentiful amounts of head and legroom, certainly enough to surprise you for this size of car. And those two seats can also slide forwards and backwards, allowing the two rear occupants to choose between more boot space or even more legroom. The boot of the Ignis is actually very nearly top of its class at 260 litres. Our test car here is powered by a 1.2 litre 4-cylinder engine. That produces 90 horsepower that's sent to the front wheels via this 5-speed manual transmission. Now 90 horsepower doesn't sound all that much, but in a car that weighs 810 kilograms, it's actually enough to get a bit of a shift on. And it's a really rev-happy engine as well, which means if you hang it out to dry at the top of the rev range, it's actually a pretty enthralling little machine to drive. That lack of weight also means it feels quite agile. The car has a small footprint anyway, but it sort of darts about the road like a housefly. There's a bit of body roll, it's no sports car, but whenever you lean on it, it feels like an agile, on its toes sort of machine. It feels like you could play with it and have a bit of fun actually. As you might expect, the Ignis is very well evolved for urban life, so that means that visibility is very good all the way around, though this model does have a reversing camera should you choose to use it. The steering weight is very light, meaning it's not taxing or you don't seem to have to wrestle the car around at all, which is nice. And also it has a very good turning circle, which is perfect when you end up down a stray cul-de-sac on unfamiliar roads. Suzuki claim that this front-wheel drive model will do 61 mpg combined and emit 104 grams per kilometre of CO2. The thing I love about a lot of Suzukis, and in particular the Ignis, is the fact that it's very honest. It doesn't dress itself up to be something it's not. It's very plain and simple about what it offers you, and I love the styling, and I love the fact that it's a bit of a cheeky character. And that just injects that unique touch, which may well be enough to make someone change their mind from maybe a more bland competitor. At £9,995 starting, the Suzuki Ignis is certainly cheap for what you get, but it's also very cheerful.
Thanks very much for watching, and let us know what you think in the comments below. Please subscribe for all of the latest and greatest cars to hit the road. For breaking news and written reviews, visit www.insidelane.co.uk.